I'm not African American. And that shouldn't come as a shock. Because if you ever paid attention in life or even listened to Pop, then most of you in the audience wouldn't even be shocked that I'm not African American. A term that was given to people that were not white or even considered equal. And anyway, it was just a sequel to the word colored, another word to describe people. Also, they got words like nigger, full of negative connotations to make your frustration a little bigger. But if you think about it, the same folks that named you nigger were the ones to call you African American. And that's just a fact of life. And if you looked at your genealogy and checked it twice, you will find out that most of us belong to whites, but our ancestors were not African American and did not come on a boat. They were already here, full of joy and hope, settled in the same places where we pay our car notes, but they were not African American. From the Mississippi River to the Chattahoochee Valley to the plains of Oklahoma and the foothills of Cali, they were rounded up and captured and given names like Sally and names like African American. That's just terminology. You can do the research, check your genealogy. 80% of us didn't even come on a ship. Plymouth Rock landed on us, but I guess we weren't hip when Malcolm X told us that he really meant we're not African American. And that's no diss to Africa, although it was named after a Roman general who came in and captured the people there and gave them names too. But I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about me and you, the ones who the world considers to be African American. And it's such a sick joke because at the end of the day, there are white folks who were born in South Africa and then moved to America. And compared to every black person here today, they are way, 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 way more African American than we will ever be. See, it's about you and me and unity. And if we don't know our history, then even our ID is classifying us as something we're not because we ain't African American. That's just a name. You got to understand, to them, we're just a game. It's just a name. It's not who we are. We are the first people. We are the ones who the stars talked about. We are the ones who walked about these green valleys and pastures before we ever became the property of a white master. So before all of that, and even after, we will still not be African American. We are American Indians, indigenous to this land. Yes, me and you, take me by the hand and walk with me through the pages of history. Let me show you the mystery they're always trying to hide from you and me is that we are not African American. We're Indians. We're Americans. And yes, we shine brightly with our many colors. But yet there is one way to discover. Look at yourself and your African brother, and you will see that we are not African Americans. I approve of this message.